Finally, two-point perspective. Two-point perspective is when you have two areas where everything disappears, one to the left and one to the right. I drew a line, and now I'm taking the top point to one of the vanishing points and the bottom point to one of the vanishing points. Now I'm taking them to the other vanishing point on each line. Alright, now I'm going to decide how big I want my box. So I make a parallel line with my original line, and I decide I have a box about that size, and I will take each of those points to the opposite vanishing point. So I'm taking the one on the left, taking the point on the left to the vanishing point on the right, and the line on the right to the vanishing point on the left. And then when they intersect, you erase around that area, and you will have a 3D box. Alright, now I'm just darkening up some of the lines that were erased when I was erasing around the box. I'm going to decide where I would like a light source so that I can give it a little bit of shading to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. So I put the sunlight just to indicate where I'm putting my light source on the right side of the box. And now I'm going to just give it a quick shade. Alright, now we're going to draw letters. I'm going to start with the letter N. If you've printed out the packet, you won't need to draw your letter. If you are drawing your letter, just draw a regular N and then draw the space around the letter and erase the inside. I've drawn a little horizon line and added two vanishing points, one on the left and one on the right. I need to decide which side of the N I'm going to take to the vanishing points. So I decided to make my N go to the left vanishing point. So I put little dots where I'm going to, well, I put an extra one. But little dots on all the corners I'm going to take to the vanishing point. Now, notice that I am not taking my line all the way down to the vanishing point. Like I said in the 1 point video, it's not necessary to take the line all the way to the vanishing point. That just causes you to have to erase a lot more. So I'm taking each of those corners, the corners that I can see, to the vanishing point, and now I'm making the parallel lines. After you make the parallel lines, you'll need to take that line to the right vanishing point to square off the bottom of your letter. Because this N is above the horizon line, we will see the bottom of the letter. Alright, the next letter I'm going to do is an L, and it's below the vanishing point. And I decide to take this one to the right side instead of the left. Now, because this is below the horizon line, we will see the top of the L. So again, I'm taking my corners to each vanishing point. And then I will draw a parallel line to decide how wide I want my L. Make sure the lines meet up in the right spot. Now I'll erase the excess. Now we're going to be practicing our buildings, getting ready for our treehouse. So I've drawn a horizon line and I put 2 points on each end. Now I've drawn a line over the horizon line, which means we will not see the top or the bottom of the object. And I'm taking each point of the line to the vanishing point. I move the vanishing point in a little bit in order for my ruler to reach. Alright, now again I have to make that decision of how wide I want my box, and I draw my parallel lines to square it off. Now I erase the inside line from the horizon so that the horizon line looks like it's behind the box. Okay, now I am going to add a window into the box. So I draw a parallel line up the side of the building on both sides. And then I will take each end on the right side to the right vanishing point, and then draw another parallel line to square it off. Alright, I've drawn another vertical line, and I'm going to take the top and the bottom of the line to the vanishing point on the left, and then I'm going to take the other side to the vanishing point on the right. I want it to look like it's coming out of the original box I drew, so I draw into the box. I overlap my lines. Now I'm going to square it off and then erase the lines on the inside so that it looks like one building. Alright, now I'm going to square off the other side. I will add a window, so I will draw a vertical line, and since it's on the right side of the building, I'm again going to take the top and bottom of my vertical line to the vanishing point on the right side. Again, I only drew the line where I needed it on my box. Like I said again, if it helps you to draw your line all the way to the vanishing point every time, go ahead. Now I'm drawing parallel lines, and I'm going to erase the middle. Now I'm going to draw a third building. I start with my vertical line, and the same thing as I did before, I'm going to take my points that are at the top and bottom of my vertical line to the vanishing points on the left and the right. This one's getting pretty narrow because it's getting closer to the vanishing point. Alright, erase the inside of the box so that it looks opaque, and clean up my lines. Alright, now I'm going to put a road in. So I'm going to start with a line coming from the right vanishing point for the right side of my buildings, and then for the left side of my buildings, a line from the left vanishing point. Now, this is a sidewalk, so again, I'm going to repeat those same lines I just did. And now for the crevices in the sidewalk, I will go to the opposite vanishing point. So the ones on the left are going to the right vanishing point. And the crevices on the right side of the buildings will go to the left vanishing point. I'm going to make the road, so I'm using the vanishing point on the right, and I'm going to section off an area, and I'm going to put the median using the vanishing point on the right again, and I'm just making a little dotted line, and that's it.